Born out of recession, the devastation of war, and an act of genocide executed on industrial scale, the declaration was passed by the UN General Assembly in 1948, with the US Ambassador Eleanor Roosevelt a guiding force. Its intention to ensure that such tragedies did not occur again. But in the decades since, the declaration has been marked more by transgressions than example. The key problem, the lack of enforcement. The body established to protect these rights is the UN Security Council, an often divided body in which national agendas rather than individual rights remain supreme. A Syrian state that carries out chemical attacks against its own people is shielded from sanction by a Russian veto, which is joined by China in blocking any action against North Korea and in threatening a veto to hold the Myanmar military to account for what the UN's own investigators call a genocide. Any attempt to take action against Israel or even condemn it for transgressions in occupied territory is routinely blocked by a US veto. And even former champions of the declaration do not live up to their promise. The US president insists the maintenance of trade is more important than seeking accountability for a murdered journalist. The killing of Jamal Khashoggi contravened a number of articles of the declaration, yet despite what many, including US senators, maintain is compelling evidence of guilt, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia remains unsanctioned.
Jamal Khashoggi is one of those cases where you look at it and you go, what is the point of fighting for human rights when, a man can walk into an embassy and be cut up into pieces and tortured and there's no accountability.
Article 14 states everyone has the right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum from persecution. But in what he describes as putting America first, President Trump is in daily transgression of the document a US ambassador helped draft 70 years ago.
As you know, multilateralism is under attack, and there are some pushbacks on human rights too. It gives me the impression that sometimes when some leaders of the world speak, relativizing human rights and saying that, or multilateralism, others feel like there's license to say it also.
70 years on, and the world may not be the better place the drafters envisaged. And yet the Universal Declaration of Human Rights remains as testament to what should be, a living reminder of the philosophy that individual rights are intrinsic and cannot be endowed or taken away. Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, United Nations.